Do you get in touch with family? Do they come visit you here?
No, my family's in Cape Town, unfortunately.
Do they know you living here?
Yes, they do.
And what's their take?
As I say, I made my bed, I have to lie in it, isn't it? I made the wrong choices, so I have to live by them.
Were you always poor? How did you end up here?
I end up here after my father's death.
Okay.
My father passed away, my brother sold the house. I should have got the house, but I never got it because my brother paid the lawyers to give the house to him.
Do you keep in touch with family? Do they come visit? Do you go
no.
visit? Why not?
It's a long story.
In November 2014, a group of white South Africans was moved from Coronation Park in Krugersdorp, west of Johannesburg, to an informal settlement in Mansfield. They say they were promised RDP houses. According to their recollection, it has now been 8 years without receiving the promised housing. This is their story. How did you end up in this situation, you as Elise?
I was staying with my husband in Germiston for quite a while. We've been together for 12 years. So I left him and I went to Coronation Park to go and stay in Coronation Park because the things didn't go well between me and my husband. So when I went to Coronation Park, I divorced my husband and there I met my new husband. That we are together now for 14 years.
La bantu laba bafika la bafikele ezindleni zethu sabajwayela siza ngapha every morning every night kubabuza ukuthi balale njani bahlale njani kunjani kungabi rough kubo ngoba nabo abantu so ngamjwayela kanjalo ngoba akaphuzi nendoda ayiphuzi umfazi oright nje.
I'm Elise Saunders. I'm staying here in Mansfield. I've got a soup kitchen in Mansfield. We were staying in Coronation Park and they evict us there with a court order to come here to Mansfield. And we're coming here on the beginning of November 2014. We stayed here in Mansfield.
So when they moved you here, how long did they say they were going to put you in this place for?
They didn't really say for how long. They just say it's an informal settlement here, that we are going to stay here for a while. They didn't say for how long.
Is Coronation Park also an informal settlement?
No, Coronation Park was a caravan park. Before we just go there and we just squat there at caravan park.
You caught my attention,
Yes.
particularly because of your accent. Most people who stay here are from people who come maybe from Coronation Park who are Afrikaans speakers.
Yes.
But I picked up your accent immediately. This is an English accent, not an African
Yes,
African accent. Where are you from? How did you get to stay here?
Originally from Cape Town, moved to Joburg whiles ago. To tell you the truth, drugs. I made wrong choices. I got hooked up in some terrible drugs. I lost my job, lost my place to stay. I ended up moving into Coronation Park. And then I was staying there, and then from Coronation Park, they moved us across to this side.
Everybody came from Coronation to this side. We're actually happy to stay next to the people here because they treat us like any other person, like humans, like, like friends and that. There's no fights and violence like other people are talking about.
Laba bazile kusho ukuthi baze la bazi ukuthi umuntu omnyama unjani bebasaba ukuza ngoba bebabhale eKrugersdorp Newsoon bathi basaba ukuthi abantwana babo bazorejwa bazobulawa sathi singabantu beza babona ukuthi musku right la.
What was your impression when you got here? Because I know the race relations, we like to think we are a rainbow nation, but there's still those tensions or people are scared of each other because you're not used to each other. What was your impression when you first moved here?
I can't really tell you. I just came in and said, let's see what happens and see how we live. And tell you the truth, the people here accepted us with open arms and they welcomed us. And since then it's been awesome.
In terms of race relations, how are the black and the white people living together here?
We are living finely. We don't look at the thing that she's black and I'm white. That's not such a thing. We are both people living on the same ground, living in the same world, and serving one God. So we are all the same.
There's no problems here. We haven't got problems with the people. And the other thing is, you must treat them like they treat you. Say maybe I'm going to Baji, I'm going to buy me a beer. Or somebody offers me a beer. I mean, yes, I'm going to go with him. It doesn't matter if he's black or white. Appreciate what he gives you.
When you got here, what was your impression of black people? You know our country comes from a divided past. What was your impression? Were you expecting? Were you scared of black people? Were you used to them?
Actually, you know what? I was born in Warmbad. We were playing with black kids like our brothers and sisters. Yeah, when we came here, there was nothing like, oh, you must be afraid. For what reason? I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm 60 years old, my wife is 50, and they treat you like a human people. We treat them back.
Okay.
And there's nothing like, I hate you and you hate me. There's nothing like skin color.
Yeah.
So the problem is with the people in South Africa. Some in the town, they think they're rich and they push the poor away.
In the past 8 years, we are living here peacefully. With the community standing together when there's any trouble, like the Zamas. When we have trouble with the Zamas, we are standing together. We are helping each other, looking out for each other. So it is really good to stay in the community in Manziville.
What's this partnership about?
This is my chef.
By cooking together.
Okay.
Maar ek leer hom baie, maar is 'n chef en ek het nie eens papiere.
See, I'm lost now.
You're not
Are you learning from the old lady?
Yes.
Okay. What did she teach you in terms of cooking?
Gravy,
Mm-hmm.
chakalaka,
Mm-hmm.
And that
what's
is-
a papa style?
Prep up.
Braai pap.
And that is sauce van green.
The stuff you don't learn at school.
Is
Yes.
it?
Because I went to school and they didn't learn that stuff.
So you're helping them out in the soup kitchen? Are you also doing work on the side?
Yes.
Okay.
I do aftercare and nails.
What's your special? If you want to impress someone, what would Rudolph cook for that someone? If you want to really impress, make someone smile, what would you cook for them? What's your best dish?
Pasta.
Pasta? Which one? There's so many. Pasta bolognese, there's pasta with seafood. There's a lot.
Just a normal pasta with cheese and white sauce
Oh, okay.
and bacon.
Okay.
And fat cook and men's. Elisi ngamjwayela ngabona ukuthi umuntu oright ene unenhliziyo mawuza ukhala uyakunceda. Bayaphekela abantu abamhlophe nje ngoba babuya ngapha. Sabona abantwana bethu badla edustbin. Wambuza ukuthi na singabaphekela na ngizabancedisa ngathi yebo. Mare Monday na Thursday ngisebenza eWest ngiyenza isikoropo. Manje ngolosibili ngolosithathu nangolosi Friday ngiza ngapha ngiyabancedisa siyapheka.
I've got a sponsor that is helping me with the children for the breakfast and the lunch in the mornings. I've got 2 or 3 other sponsors that is helping me with the food in the afternoon. Without the sponsors and without God's help, I won't be able to do what I'm doing.
Buningi babo bona batshontshelana bona sibona. Yeah, and then bathanda idagamiswa. And abathanda ukusebenza shem bathanda idoti baye escrapeni.
How do you make an income now?
I get piece jobs now and again, but most of the time I deal with scrap, collect scrap metal and things like that. So scrap metal, plastic bottles, whatever I can. But yeah.
And is money coming in?
Yeah, but it's not, not going to get rich. It's just barely surviving. So I
Do you have a plan
I can eat every day, and
Do you have a plan to get out of here? What's your plan?
not yet as such, but I am looking forward to. I am trying to get a job. If I can get a job, I'll be able to get out. But until then, I'm stuck, unfortunately.
Look, this is Goto on YouTube. There's a lot of people who can provide help on such platforms. What are your skills?
Me,
How does someone get hold of you if they say, look, I want to give this guy another shot at life? How do they get hold of you? What are your skills?
I don't have a cell phone number as such, or a phone number as such, but I'm actually kind of an adventure guide, you know, a qualified climber, a raft master, and professional kayaker. Other than that, yeah, I was in the telecom industry and, you know, sort of welding, handyman jobs, bit of building work, things like that. I can do pretty much everything, you know, jack of all but master of none. So, yeah, I do pretty much anything from roofing to building walls to putting tiles to welding up things, panel beating. I get piece jobs quite often with that.
Do you get in touch with family? Do they come visit you here?
No, my family's in Cape Town, unfortunately.
Do they know you living here?
Yes, they do.
And what's their take?
As I say, I made my bed, I have to lie in it, isn't it? I made the wrong choices, so I have to live by them.
Sure, bro. What are you guys playing?
Zweb.
Zweb?
Yeah.
Okay. I call it spin.
Yeah, they are calling speed.
Are you working?
No, I'm on pension.
Okay. Do you keep in touch with family? Do they come visit? Do you go
no.
visit? Why not?
It's a long story.
Okay.
I got 5 brothers. They all, you know, high society, they rich people. When you ask them for something, they tell you, no, you stay emancipable. Why must we help you? I mean, that's not fair. I mean, each family, it's my family, but I push them away now. Like they push me away.
Would you say they are ashamed of you?
Yeah, because I'm staying emancipable.
Family doesn't come here, we don't go to family. We are giving our time for the community on Christmas Day to prepare them the lunch that mostly of them don't have the funds to do it, so then we provide them with a nice meal for Christmas.
My daughter asked me yesterday morning, Daddy, are we rich, are we normal, are we poor? If she'd ask you the same question, how would you respond?
Poor.
Poor. Okay. Were you always poor? How did you end up here?
I end up here after my father's death.
Okay.
My father passed away, my brother sold the house. I should have got the house, but I never got it because my brother paid the lawyers to give the house to him. And that's how I moved into Connection Park.
How would you categorize yourself?
As normal. Okay. Yeah, as normal, because there's not one day that goes by that I can say I didn't have food for my children for the night to eat, or that I can't give them 3 times a day a meal to eat. We are still struggling, but when the moment comes that you start worrying to wonder what are you going to give tonight for your children to eat, there's someone coming and there's a plan for it to give your children that night something to eat.
You're saying you're living in poverty. The lady behind you says they are normal. What makes you say this is poverty? Because that's how I see it too, by the way.
Well, if you look at the way we're living, I mean, they've got portable toilets, which is not very healthy. There's running water, but you have to walk far. You know, there's no jobs really available here. You know, town is quite far. Most of the people don't really have money to, you know, take taxis into town and things. A lot of people have to walk. Some of the older people, it's very difficult for them. The housing's not the best of it. You know, it's tin shacks. Further was better. We got electricity finally. You know, after I think it was about 6 years living here, they finally gave us electricity, which helps. But yeah, you know, it's not really a great place. I mean, just look at our dustbin.
Thanks for your time, bro.
Pleasure.
What's your name?
Gareth.
Gareth. Thanks, man. Is that where everyone dumps everything?
Yeah. It's supposed to be in the bin, not around the bin.
Yeah. Okay, sure, Gareth.